Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm going to be offering my brief commentary right after this quick clip. Peace.
We are left with no options.
More fallout from the partial government shutdown. Food stamp recipients learning that more and more local retailers are no longer accepting their CalFresh cards.
As 10 News reporter Michael Chen shows us, anxiety over food is reaching desperate levels.
We're inside a neighborhood market in Bonita, and it's business as usual here until you get to this.
From meats to produce, the selection at Bonita Farmers Market draws customers like Micaiah Deneen. A single mom, she works part-time and receives $350 in food stamp benefits every month. But this month,
That's terrible.
she won't be able to use the benefits put on her EBT card at the store, which is one of nearly 20 listed by the county as no longer accepting food stamps because of the government shutdown. Every year, retailers have to renew their authorization to accept the cards. And when store owner Sergio Jimenez recently tried to do that,
You go to the voicemail and then that's it.
there was no staff to help him. Deneen says the development hurts because for her and others, the closest store is often a lifeline. She had to help a disabled friend
This is a 60-something-year-old man with back problems.
take a bus from downtown to PB just to get groceries.
Most of the people that are on food stamps do not ride cars because we can't afford food. We can afford a car payment? Are you serious?
Deneen's most overriding concern, the fate of the food stamp benefits, funded through February.
Sorry.
It is unclear what will happen if the shutdown continues. Deneen knows some will become desperate.
My friends are thinking about prostituting just so their kids can eat? Like, this is insane. It's like we're preparing for the world to end almost, right? Our world, at least. And it's just so upsetting.
Michael Chen, 10 News.
Now, a spokesperson.
Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. So we just heard from this news agency and from the black woman that's talking about what's really going on with the food stamp program, which is federally funded. Now, Trump and his staff have been waiting to get at food stamps. I mean, last year there was a bitter partisan debate over the farm bill when Trump wanted to tighten the requirements to be eligible for food stamps. So he has been waiting for this opportunity. We have 800,000 federal workers who have been furloughed and they are working without pay. SNAP hasn't, which is the food stamp program, hasn't received a mechanism to extend the program into March. So here we have Trump that wants the funding for the wall, right? He wants those $6 billion for the wall. And the Democrats and the Republicans, the Democrats think that that money could be allocated to something more vital, and there could be more innovative means to help with the protection of the border. Now, this is a great wake-up call to the American people, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan warned us that Trump would take America into hell on a rocket ship. And he said that Trump would be a great wake-up call for us as black and brown and poor whites all across this country. See, we can't say that our Creator hasn't sent us a warner in the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who has faithfully warned the American people. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been warning us that we have to separate. America is bankrupt. Our government is broke. He has told us that our focus should not be in politics, but it should be in economics right now. He said that politics without economics is symbol without substance. And look at our people. So Trump is a wake-up call for us of what's bigger to come. This is child's play. In reality, when what we're beset with is the collapse of the entire financial system of America. We can't depend on our government, brothers and sisters. White people and Asian people and Chinese people, all different ethnicities around the world. Today they're using social media. Our people are suffering. Those who are not getting food stamps, those who are homeless, there might be government funded non-profit organizations that are impacted, right? Food banks and people who help out with the poor. What I have noticed is people taking to social media, GoFundMe. We have to be resourceful in the age of social media and helping our people, brothers and sisters. Where there's a will, there's a way. We can't have a hopeless mentality in this hour. We need the help of each other. Our unity is the key to make it through whatever we're going through, but we cannot rely on the government. We cannot rely on the political system. No, America is in debt. America is broke. Once the debt and the liabilities are calculated, she's over $70 trillion in debt. Did you know that that's worth more than the value of every building that's on the 3,000 by 2,000 square miles of this land called the United States of America? Did you know that the FBI building was sold? The DEA, Drug Enforcement Agency building was sold. Foreign companies are buying up taxpayer dollar buildings and leasing them back to the government. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that foreign wars and divine plagues are destroying the economy of America and the American way of life. But we don't see our God destroying the power of America, while America is sunk in her own wickedness, going more and more into debt, trying to fight for other people's so-called freedom, but really it's about the natural resources of the earth. We have to wake up, brothers and sisters. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been trying to warn us that this day will come. And this is just a prelude to a greater suffering, brothers and sisters. We have to find a way to do for self. Every creature that the Creator created has the innate natural ability to do for itself. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan wanted us to focus on farming and getting back to the land, becoming producers, putting a seed in the earth and growing our own food, brothers and sisters. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that we as a people, we're being held hostage right now. What? What do you mean? He said that God is after us. He's after America for the evil that they have done to us. And thus, why we see such calamities hitting America, such plagues. He said that when somebody takes a hostage, they hold the hostage in the line of fire so that the person who is firing will see the hostage and miss the real one that they're shooting at. That's something else, brother. And some of the wise among the elite know that God is after us. But their aim and objective is to take us down with them. So we have to, as black people, really black and brown people turn inward and focus on ourselves. Forget about politics on a local level is cool, but we got to get our economic game right, man. And as I said in one of my previous videos, if they'll cut off 800,000 federal workers, right? What do you think they think about the masses of our people if they'll cut their own off? So we have to tighten up as a black and brown community like never before, because we're gonna need each other. We can't be out here going at each other's necks over, our denominations and religion and small time jive stuff. We won't make it through this hour if we're divided. Our Creator is not the author of confusion. He is the author of peace, right? So, brothers and sisters, let us not depend on this government. Let us go to work, doing for self, looking out for our community, looking out for the poor. Because you know what, brothers and sisters? We all are gonna need each other in reality in this hour. I don't care how much money you got right now. The money will be worthless soon. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said one day that we'll see a rich man smoking his dollars away. So we can't depend on even the dollar. We have to go back to the land and become producers and providers for our people. And that's why I never look down on the poor and the homeless. I'm always, by God's grace, out trying to help somebody, because I know that the Creator helps me out every day. And we all gotta walk the earth a little bit more humbler, full of humility, and recognize that we need each other. None of us are above the least among our people. And let us keep each other in prayer. There are a lot of families that are out here suffering right now, right? And we know that self-preservation is the first law of nature. And when people don't have food to feed their families, well, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna go out and by any means necessary try to get some food for their families, brothers and sisters. But our Creator did not create us to stand in any bread line or food line waiting on this government. And we don't know how long this shutdown is gonna last. We don't know, and it's sad because Congress still getting paid. How in the hell are they still getting paid? And they're part of the federal system. That's crooked. That's corrupt. See, but if their pockets were getting hit, then they would comply with what Trump is saying. Give the man the money for his wall, man. America bankrupt anyway. Right? They rather the American people suffer over their egos. I think we all could agree that the money could be allocated, those billions of dollars that Trump are asking for could be allocated to something more important, like the infrastructure of America, like creating more opportunities for the American people, the free market and really creating opportunities and reducing taxes on entrepreneurs, right? Small businesses. A government is not there to provide for its people, but a government is there to set up the environment, right? for creativity in productions and the means of support. You have a lot of small businesses not really thriving because of taxation that's going back to the government. Too big government that doesn't serve the needs of the people, right? America used to be better when it had a smaller government. So, brothers and sisters, like I said, we have to get busy. This is the day of work and not sitting around asking people for handouts, brothers and sisters. I'm not saying that, you know, we don't all fall on hard times, but it's not how hard you fall, it's your willingness to get back up, right? Because we do have to look out for the elderly, you know? I mean, there are some of our people that we can't expect to go work 2 jobs. I can't expect an 80-year-old lady who's in the latter days of her life to go out and grind. So we gotta be there in the community to fill that void, to look out for our elderly and our needy, right? We don't want the government to have to provide these services for us, because once the government tanks, right, as it will, and it's showing us that they can't even agree on small time stuff. Well, we have to form our own government in the inner cities of America, of people who are, as I said, we need super servants. We don't need superstars right now. We don't need people who think they're better than the least among our people. No, it doesn't take many people, but we all need to chip in to help our people in this hour, brothers and sisters. That's a fact. We need each other. So let us all keep each other in prayer. Let us all stay in communication with each other in this hour. We don't know what will unfold. I would just say, make sure you have survival kits. Make sure you have food stored. Make sure you have water, right? Because, you know, 10 to 20, 30% of some of these businesses are getting hit. As that Mexican man said, they accept food stamps. When they tried to renew their food stamps and called that government line, he said it went to voicemail. Well, that impacts businesses too. It impacts Section 8, right? That's federal funding. You talking money that landlords are expecting to receive to pay. Some of them have loans from banks. You talking about a ripple effect on America, brothers and sisters. We do not know what would transpire. We do not know if mayhem breaks out and then martial law is implemented. We have to have food in our houses. We have to call our families and let them know. Have some food stored. So, this your little brother, Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace.